The unseen weight of fear. You've been here before. That moment where your hands feel just a little colder than they should. Your chest tightens, and suddenly the world feels heavier. It might be standing in front of a crowd, or hovering your finger over the send button, or walking into a room full of people who seem untouchable. You tell yourself, "It's fine, I've got this." But somewhere quietly a whisper says, "What if I fail?" Fear, self-doubt, two of the most skilled thieves in the world, stealing moments before they even happen. Here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. Fear isn't just a monster hiding in the dark. It's a shapeshifter. It can disguise itself as being realistic. It can put on a mask of, "I'm just not ready yet." It can wrap itself in the comfortable blanket of, "I'll start tomorrow." And self-doubt, it's not a scream. It's a constant drip, not loud enough to break you instantly, but steady enough to wear you down over time. It's the invisible hand that keeps you from raising yours in class. It's the reason your drafts stay in your notes app instead of the world. It's why you shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never built for your full size. I'm going to tell you something, and you might not believe me yet. Fear is not your enemy. Self-doubt is not your permanent identity. Both are invitations, and every invitation asks the same question: are you coming or not? Think about it. The moments you remember, the ones that tattoo themselves onto your timeline, they didn't come when you were safe and certain. They came when your heart was beating fast enough to hear it in your ears. They came when the outcome wasn't guaranteed, but you showed up anyway. Fear is a compass. If something scares you and excites you, that's the map pointing straight at your growth. But here's the tricky part. Growth and comfort never coexist. Let me paint you a scene. You're standing at the edge of a cliff. Not the dangerous kind, the metaphorical kind. Behind you is everything you know. It's safe, predictable, familiar. In front of you, a vast, open space. Opportunity, a dream you've been carrying. A version of yourself that scares you because they're too big for your current life. Fear stands beside you. Self-doubt stands behind you. And both of them start talking. Fear says, "It's a long way down. What if you fall?" Self-doubt adds, You're not built for this." And here's the thing. They sound convincing because they've been practicing their lines your whole life. But there's a voice they don't want you to hear. The voice that says, "What if you fly?" The voice that knows, even if you stumble, you'll land somewhere new. The voice that's been drowned out by years of conditioning, comparison, and quiet compromises. That's the voice we're going to find again. That's the voice you're going to turn up so loud that fear has no choice but to sit in the passenger seat while you drive. Here's the unspoken truth about fear. It's not trying to kill you. It's trying to protect you. But it's using outdated maps, the kind drawn when you were younger, smaller, less experienced. Fear remembers the time you stumbled and people laughed. Fear remembers the moment you raised your voice and someone shut it down. Fear remembers the failure, the heartbreak, the embarrassment, and it thinks its job is to stop you from feeling that again. But you're not that person anymore. You've outgrown the coordinates fear is using. And if you keep letting it navigate, you'll keep ending up in the same safe but lifeless places. And self-doubt. That's just fear's quieter cousin. It doesn't block the road. It just makes you question if you even deserve to walk it. Self-doubt shows up when you compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. It shows up when you focus on your mistakes instead of your progress. It shows up when you're so afraid of being too much that you end up being less than yourself. But listen closely, and I need you to remember this. Self-doubt isn't truth. It's a feeling, and feelings are temporary. You don't have to eliminate fear to move forward. You don't have to destroy self-doubt to take action. You only have to decide that they don't get the final vote. Because fear will always show up when you're doing something that matters. Self-doubt will always whisper when you're stretching beyond your comfort zone. But neither of them can physically stop you from moving unless you hand them the keys. So here's where we start. Not with a promise to never be afraid again. Not with some impossible goal of total confidence forever. We start with a decision. I will feel the fear and do it anyway. We start with the awareness that fear and self-doubt are just signs you're on the edge of something real. Something worth your time. Something worth your courage. And in the chapters ahead, you're going to learn how to walk with them, how to strip them of their power, and how to turn them into fuel. But for now, just take a breath. You've already begun.